All right. What's going on, fight fans? Just finished watching Alycia Baumgardner get her revenge over Christina Linardatou in my hometown of Detroit. She won by unanimous decision. Like a lot of you, I picked Baumgardner to win the fight. I actually picked her by decision. Let me get to my pros and my cons. Let me start first with Christina. The pros would be the fact that this woman within the last 12 to 15 months just had a child, and she comes back in the ring and she looked like she was in pretty good shape. That's a good pro. I like the head moving, the upper body moving that she was doing, especially in those first 2 to 3 rounds of the fight. She kind of had that herky-jerky style, kind of Ricky Hatton in a way, kind of trying to throw Alycia off. I like the body work. I like the sneaky right hand that she was landing. And I did like the jab that she was trying to set up some of her punches. As for the cons, I thought that she did pretty well. Her corner said that she wasn't throwing enough punches. I'm going to have to disagree. I think that she did, so I don't really want to count that as a con. The only con I will say for Christina is that when Alycia was slowing down, she seemed to kind of slow down with her. She just seemed to more pick it up when Alycia did, but when she slowed down a little bit, she slowed down a little bit. As for Baumgardner, the pros would be, I love the fact that she stayed very calm this whole fight. She didn't look like she was overwhelmed. What I mean, I don't mean like she was overwhelmed with Christina's skills. I mean overwhelmed as in like she was very antsy and wanted to make a statement. Her statement is that she was the better boxer and she was the harder puncher. She stayed very calm. I love the 3 punch combination she was throwing. I love the jab, and I love the body work. I thought that Baumgardner did a whole lot of body work in this fight. As for the cons, the only con I'll have for Alycia in this fight is that she didn't stay active enough. She kind of takes off seconds in rounds, even though I felt that she dominated. I think that every time I see her fight, she seems to always take off seconds. Oh, I'll throw another pro in there. She didn't look like she was gassed in this fight like she did in her fight earlier this year. We'll talk about the fight. The fight was action-packed from round 1 through round 10. I thought that each woman showed a great chin because each one of them landed quite a few shots on each other, hard shots, and they each walked through those shots, whether they were to the chin or to the body. I thought that Alycia did dominate this fight 8-2. I think that's a fair scorecard. She had a game plan. She stuck with her game plan. She listened to what Tony Harrison had in the corner for her. She didn't, get outside of herself. She stayed right with what they were training with, and she got her revenge. They fought 5 years ago. That was a younger Baumgardner. She's a more experienced fighter now. She's in her prime now, and it showed. As far as Christina goes, I thought that she fought a decent fight. She'll bounce back. I mean, it reasons that she would be rusty after being off for as long as she have, and the change of life that having a child can have on a woman's body. She'll bounce back and get some better fights. But we get to the end of the fight, and it's Baumgardner by unanimous decision. So what I'm ready to talk about is what happens from here. And I'm very excited due to the fact of the names that Baumgardner called out. She said that she wants Katie Taylor, she wants Cameroon, and she wants Amanda Serrano. Now, one of my fellow boxing heads and I, a couple of fights ago, matter of fact, it was the last fight, I mentioned that after Baumgardner won, that she did not call out Serrano, and he said that, well, she's called her out. I had to go back, watch the interview again, and I was right. She did not call out Serrano in that fight. And I mentioned in that video, how come she isn't calling out names like Persoons and Serrano? Well, this fight, she did call out Serrano. And Eddie Hearn got in the ring at the end of the fight and said that he wants to make that fight next, that it will be a big fight. Now, I'm kind of drawing a blank, fight fans. I thought Serrano had a fight coming up. Maybe I'm mistaken. But Eddie Hearn is saying that is going to be the next fight. And I love the fact that Baumgardner called out big names. And Eddie Hearn said that he wants to put her up against Amanda Serrano. If she can win that fight, he wants her to fight the winner of the Katie Taylor-Cameroon rematch. I also would like to throw a few names in there myself. I would not mind seeing the fight with Michaela Mayer, the rematch in that. I said it then and I'll say it now, whether people like it or not. I thought that fight was very close. I have no issue with Baumgardner winning, but I think that that fight was closer than people want to give it credit for. I did not think that her or Mayer dominated that fight. And I still want to see Baumgardner fight Cho, mainly because she's wanted to fight her for a while. And I know Cho has been doing other things, and I've seen video recently of her training, so I don't know if she has a fight coming up, but I want to see that fight mainly because Cho's undefeated and Baumgardner has been wanting that fight for 2 years. And I love to see fighters get fights that they want. So I wouldn't mind seeing her with those fights. But the good thing about these divisions that Alycia Baumgardner is in is that there are a lot of fights, something that you can't say for the higher weight divisions. Once you get past, I'll say, welterweight, you can't say that a woman has literally 4 to 7 fights that she could fight that we as the boxing public will accept and will be good fights. Well, pretty much, fight fans, that was it. What did you think about the fight? Were you entertained? Who did you pick to win? Were you impressed with Linardatou? And did you have Baumgardner winning the fight? But I mean, did you pick her to win the fight? And what do you want to see next out of all of those names that she called out, that Eddie Hearn called out? Who do you want to see her fight next? All right, fight fans, if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so we can keep talking boxing. Other than that, that's all I got. I'll let y'all later.